even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A big pickup there on the run.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
They talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Nobody leaked. Big play. Here's 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
1st down, Steelers.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback. And no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man completes it to Claypool. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think
touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. This well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. That's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
So a nice run right there. And worth mentioning their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence. But this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need it.
And to me, they definitely have that because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
65 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
46-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And to give this time to the tailback. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Being chased out left. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
He'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They're going to look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They go play action now. Wilson. He's got it complete to Thompson. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half, 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on second down. Wilson, flush to his right. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's the sneak with Wilson.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They go play action with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half.
And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons.
From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. There's Wilson to throw.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field. And a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He completes it to Ridley. And they'll get this down to the 10. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
Completion here to Claypool.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now they try the right side here. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff looking right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word.
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air.
The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because they'll make some adjustments. So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, I Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a handoff as they run left side. Broken tackle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
116 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great play there. Keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Steelers add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Man, what glitching, man, you talking about, man? You ain't seen me glitching that one time.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now Wilson.
This is to Pitts on the quick slant.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. To throw is Wilson.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted.
Kevin King with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He'll buy some time right. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Steelers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, Wilson.
They look for Pitts again. This time he's got it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson.
Got this complete to the tight end, Pitts.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Kyle Pitts
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons cut into that lead. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And this one is going pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
152 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Folisano Inuikin.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of it.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is a big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Wilson to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Wilson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Man, kill that glitch. You've been running that crossing route the whole game. What the glitch is? You just talking, man.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because
Good game, man. You won the shit, man. You still come off glitches and shit. You been doing the same shit all game, man. Chill out.
if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. Oh, the Falcons got it. Yep, Atlanta football. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's got it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Throwing now is Wilson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? If you're looking at it from the defense's perspective, they looked like they had a shot at it. Maybe a completion. Ball gets knocked away. Can they rise up and do it again?
He's back to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. One last shot for Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Zach Wilson finding the end zone on the game's final play. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Falcons, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get another home date next.